Hello, I'd like to welcome you to our presentation titled Unlocking Speech with Music Therapy, Music with Therapeutic Purpose. My name is Ashley Hughes. I will be your host today. I am a board certified music therapist. I have been practicing music therapy for over 11 years now. I am a Central Florida local. I am an FSU alumni. I myself am a special needs mom as well, and I'm proud to be a second generation music therapist, following in my mom's footsteps. Myself and my husband, we own Beachside Music Lessons and Therapy, and we serve Volusia, Flagler, and Orange County with music therapy services, adapted music lessons, and we also do ukulele classes. So we come to your home, or we offer virtual music therapy services, whichever families prefer more. So my experience includes medical music therapy, hospice, people with special needs, including autism, Down syndrome, and more. I specialize in working with seniors, including dementia and Parkinson's, people with mental health challenges, juvenile detention, traumatic brain injury, stroke, and more. Music is really so effective for so many things. So thank you for joining me today to learn a little bit more about music therapy and also a little more about how it can help you or your child with speech. So some talking points of our presentation today will be: what is music therapy? Who can benefit from music therapy brain science, why music unlocks speech, and how to use music to increase speech at home, what families are saying about their success in music therapy, and how to receive music therapy funding. So what is music therapy? Music therapy is an allied health profession that uses music as a therapeutic tool to address cognitive, physical, social, emotional, psychological, spiritual, and/or behavioral needs. It is a therapeutic use of music. So that's a long, long definition, and the official one's even longer of what music therapy is. But when it comes down to it, music therapists use music as a tool to reach non-music goals. So we're going to be similar to different pediatric therapies or just any therapies in general, like physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy. We work on all those things, but all through music. So who can be a music therapist? We get asked this question so much. How do you become a music therapist? How do you become board certified? Do you take a weekend class or what do you need to do? And that's a great question. So music therapists are required to complete a degree program. So music therapists are required to complete an approved music therapy program at one of 80 schools, including a variety of clinicals. So we do clinicals even, in our degree program work. So after you've finished your degree, you're not done yet. You move on to your music therapy internship. Now, music therapists are required to complete a 1,000-hour internship program at an approved program. What is this equivalent to? That's about 6 months of full-time work. And so most of it's volunteer or it's very low pay. So music therapists work really, really hard in their internship. So once you complete your internship, your next step is you can sit for the board certification test. Now, this is a 3 to 4 hour long test where you are expected to choose multiple choice, but also you have to write a lot of things freehand too. So it's a very long, rigorous test, but an important part to becoming board certified. So once you pass your board certification test, then you're going to get the credentials MTBC, which is Music Therapist Board Certified. So even after the board certification, we're not done because we also do continuing education throughout our career. So just like many other therapy type careers, we also do those continuing education, which is great because it keeps us up on what's new, new approaches, new interventions. And so I love learning, so I don't mind that part at all. So who can benefit from music therapy? The short answer, everyone. Everyone can benefit from music therapy. So any person with any type of physical, cognitive, social, emotional, spiritual, and or behavioral needs may benefit from music therapy services. Music therapists work with people of all ages from birth to end of life. And my experience ranges from that as well, having worked in hospice and also being a NICU music therapist working with premature babies. So we really, really do span across the entire lifespan. Music is effective truly for all ages. So where do music therapists work? Music therapists work in so many different places. It really goes even beyond this list, but this is a good start. So music therapists work in psychiatric hospitals, rehabilitative facilities, medical hospitals, outpatient clinics, daycare, treatment centers, agencies serving persons with developmental disabilities, community mental health centers, drug and alcohol programs, senior centers, nursing homes, hospice programs, correctional facilities, juvenile detention, halfway houses, schools, community programs, private practice, and really so much more. I even know music therapists that work in eating disorder clinics and really niche areas as well. So music therapists really help and work in such a variety of different places. Music therapy, brain science. This is the coolest part about being a music therapist because everything we do is clinical based. Our career is research based. We do a ton of research. We've been doing research from World War II time, and we're going to continue to do research and continue to learn more and more about how the brain is affected by music and how we can use that as a tool to help people. That's what we do. So on this screen, you can see cognitive, speech and communication, sensory, social, emotional, and behavioral, motor, and movement. So all of these things we can address in music therapy, targeting the entire brain at once. It's really incredible. I wanted to share this quote because I can relate to this so much, especially working with stroke and traumatic brain injury, autism, all these neurological things that I can really relate to this in my work in my last over 11 years that I've been a music therapist. So the quote says, "Music can lift us out of depression or move us to tears. It is a remedy, a tonic, orange juice for the ears. But for many of my neurological patients, music is even more. It can provide access, even when no medication can, to movement, to speech, to life. For them, music is not a luxury, but a necessity." And I can tell you, I have worked with many people in my time that would agree that music has been a necessity for them in regaining their motor movement, their speech, all kinds of different things, anxiety, spiritual comfort. We do all these things through music. So why does music therapy work to increase speech? Now you guys have a little overview of what music therapy is. Now I kind of want to zone in a little bit into speech and how exactly music therapy helps with speech. Music is located in all parts of the brain. Did you know that? Speech is actually only located in one part of your brain, while music is located in all parts of your brain. So when you are listening to live music, your entire brain lights up at the same time, even the part you use for walking. This is like a jumpstart engine to speech. Because music's in every part of the brain, music therapists are able to bridge the gap from the music part of the brain back to the speech part of the brain. And I've seen it over and over and over again, and it never ceases to amaze me when I see people find their speech, find their voice, all through music where they hadn't had it before. So have you ever met someone with dementia, stroke, autism, stuttering? These are some everyday kind of life examples that I think you might be able to relate to. I've seen some videos go around on the internet of some older folks that have dementia who may not recognize their family, they don't know their faces, but they are able to sing songs. And that is truly incredible because they are able to feel comforted by that normalcy of singing, and they're also able to engage with people through singing. Their loved ones can, engage with them as if they didn't even have dementia, even if it's just for a little while. Have you ever seen someone with stroke who might have word salad, or they might have a hard time just speaking at all? Well, when they can't speak, they can sing. So we use that same technique and bridging the gap from the music part of the brain back to the speech so that people can regain their speech more quickly through music and more fun, in my opinion. So next is autism. Same with autism. I work with kids even up to 10 years old who have been nonverbal, who are able to find their voice and learn to talk. It truly is incredible. It works so many times when traditional speech therapy isn't. Stuttering, this is a great example. Some of you may know or may not know this old country singer named Mel Tillis. Well, when he speaks, he stutters, but when he sings, he doesn't. I think that there was also somebody on either American Idol or America's Got Talent or something that when they spoke, they stuttered too, but when they sang, they didn't. Same idea with the Beatles. When they speak, they have an accent, and when they sing, they don't. So those are real life examples of how music is located in all parts of your brain and speech is only in one. So that's how we use music to help people. Speech and language with music therapy. Speech and language skills. So here are some of the things that we can work on: speech production, articulation, comprehension, reading, writing, and organization of language and thoughts. And so the brain areas involved in speech and language skills are these below: frontal lobe, temporal lobe, parental lobe. All of them are engaged together during live music. So you can imagine what an incredible effect this can have for motor movement, for walking, for talking, for listening, social skills, following directions. There's just so many things that we can do. How the brain processes music for speech and language. So speech and singing are closely related in function and in the brain. Speech naturally incorporates musical elements such as meter, rhythm, and the melodic contour. And research shows that music enhances all of this language and all of these speech functions. How music is used to improve speech and language. So research supports the parallels between singing and speech production and music's ability to facilitate improved communication skills. So singing really can translate into speech. We can fade away the music and still have the speech there. And I'm going to show you some examples of that in a few minutes. So music therapy can enable those without language to communicate and express themselves nonverbally. So a lot of the times, our kiddos that are nonverbal, they don't really have a way to communicate. So music really helps them have self-expression, to communicate how they're feeling, and just be a part of making music and being themselves and expressing themselves. So additionally, music therapy often assists in the development of verbal communication, speech and language skills. We talked about that a little bit already. And the music therapist can assist a person with dysfunction or delay in various speech and language abilities, and to learn how to speak through singing or communicate non-verbally through music. So we start and meet each kiddo or adult where they are, and then we change and adapt the music as they develop and change and grow and learn more skills. Next, I would like to introduce to you Brooke. Brooke is a student of mine that I have been working with for a year and a half. She is an incredible student. She plays ukulele, she plays piano, she sings. She really is just awesome. And when I first started working with her, she was nonverbal. She would script some things from TV, but she was unable to tell her mom that she wanted to have a snack, or if she was sleepy. She was unable to ask for things, to communicate. She couldn't answer any questions. Fast forward about a year and a half later, and she's answering some questions, some yes and no questions. She's starting to create some of her own sentences, and she's telling her mom when she's hungry, when she's thirsty, or when she wants or needs something. She can tell her mom now. So we are incredibly proud of her progress, and want to give a special thank you to her mama, Paula. And thank you so much for letting us share Brooke's story today and some videos about music therapy to help educate and how awesome music therapy can be for our kids. So with that, this is a picture of Brooke right here. And I came up with this quote for her when I saw this picture her mom took of her on the beach. And I put this quote on there. So it says, "Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything." And this is Brooke. When I met her, she couldn't talk or communicate. And now she's not only learning music, but she's talking. And that is huge. Where traditional speech therapy sometimes isn't working for kids, music therapy is always working for kids in some way, shape, or form. I'm really proud of this picture down here with the piano book. Brooke is actually in a piano book where she can totally read music. There's no notes written in. She plays right and left hand, chords and melody, and she is doing just awesome in piano. She's really, really talented. So here are some video examples. You guys now learned about what's music therapy, who can do it, a little bit more about speech specifically, and now I'm going to give you a couple more broad examples, speech and submotor and things like that. So I'll play the short clip and then I'll speak just a little bit about it. Whoops. So in this clip, you're seeing Brooke filling in the word. So this is one of the very first steps that I work on with each kiddo that's nonverbal, is that we sing a song and we have you have the child or the adult fill in the blank, right? So we're singing, click, click, click goes the, and I prompt her and wait, and she says, sticks. And then I sing, click, click, click goes the sticks. Yes, that's it. So that's the very beginning, is learning how to fill in those words. Sometimes it's as simple as, old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I. Oh, right? Sometimes that's a really good one to start with little kids. Oh, it's such an easy thing for kids to say. Okay, so here's our next clip example of music therapy and speech.
Good, where it says play. Play. Good. You ready? Wow, that was awesome, wasn't it? Good job, high five!
Okay, cool. So in this clip, you'll see us practicing reading and speaking with syllables. You know, a lot of the times when kids are young, you'll hear some teachers, especially if they're good, right? They'll teach the kids how to say the words in syllables. So that's what she's working on here. And that rhythm, it you know, motivates the entire brain to work together, which is just awesome when it comes to speech. So she's able to have a rhythm, and she's able to read and say all those words in a row, which was really, really good for her. So next up, so in this video, you'll notice that Brooke is working on physical movement, and not only physical movement, but she's working on listening. She's working on following directions. And even if I have to tap to show her which is the right leg, she can do that, right? With verbal prompting, with music, with you know, showing her, tapping her legs. So we do all those things all through music. So this is excellent for motor skills, gross motor skills, things like that. So we love to incorporate and make things really active and fun. That way the kids don't even know that they're working. So that's really great.
Here's the next one. I just want to play the drum. Play the drum. Play the drum. That's it. I just want to play the drum. I just want to play the drum. Play the drum. Play the drum. I just want to play the drum. Good job. Here comes the next one. I just want to play maracas. Play maracas.
Awesome. So in this video is showing that Brooke is working on listening. So she has to listen to each instrument, whether that's the drum or the frog or the maracas. So she has to listen to the directions in the song and choose the correct instrument to play. And if you notice at the end, I waited to let her fill in the blank for the maracas, which she did an excellent job as well. So before music therapy, her mom reported to us that her attention span was short, and you know, academics are hard to learn when you don't have a very long attention span. So since Brooke has started music therapy, she's definitely increased her attention span and her focus in her activities, not just in music therapy, but also in her academics and her other activities as well. And she is really doing an excellent job. We couldn't be more proud of her progress. So, music therapy is really, really awesome for helping with attention span and focus, and following directions and listening and, all those fun things, but in a super fun way. So here is a little page I put together just to show some of Brooke's progress. So I just have 3 short videos, and here's the first one.
Hear me, listen closely. Listen. I see 2 eggs together.
Okay, everyone, she said it unprompted, so that's why we're freaking out right now.
So how cool is that? That was Brooke's first unprompted sentence in music therapy. This is a kiddo, when she came, she didn't really speak or communicate at all. So this was such a huge milestone. You can tell Mom and I were super, super happy and surprised. I'm telling you, as many kids as I see learn to talk, it's still just as magical every single time. So this is when Brooke just first said her first unprompted sentence. Now watch in this second video how her sentences are.
Can you see? Sure. What can you see? Yay! High five.
So you notice that she's saying, I see a hammer, I see a tool, excuse me. And that is incredible. She's able to say these sentences so much quicker now in this second video. So she is really doing great. Now check out this last video.
Sun is hot. The sun is hot. Is the sun hot or cold? Hot. Good. Use the sentence. The sun is so warm. It's so warm?
She said that.
So you noticed this time she wasn't just using a sentence pattern that I was having her say. She came up with her own. So instead of saying the sun is hot, she said the sun is so warm. So this was another really integral part of her progress. And, fast forward to now, she's able to ask for what she wants. She's able to request if she wants to go somewhere. She actually makes a list every day of all her activities. She chooses what order she wants to do her schoolwork in. So she has really, really progressed, and we are so, so, so proud of her. So Brooke actually has a Facebook group. So if any of you are interested, you can join her group. It's a private group that follows her life. Her mom takes videos of her schoolwork, all her activities. She actually also does cheerleading and gymnastics, and she does jitsu and so many cool things. And her mom documents everything in this group as education to show others kind of a window into the life of autism. So this is her group, Brooke's group. It's called Autism, Brooke's Accomplishments and Struggles in Living with Autism. And if you want to go there, her mom has documented part of every one of our music therapy sessions, and it's really awesome. So you could really, really see her progress. Okay, so I promised I would give you some practical tips to use at home with increasing speech with singing. So here's my tips for using music right at home. So number 1 is singing. Take time daily to sing each day is a great way of stimulating the brain and increasing speech and articulation. So just taking the time, to sing with your loved one or your kiddo. It could be You're My Sunshine. It could be, really any song, especially if it's more repetitive, that's excellent. If it's a kiddo song for a kid, that will be great for them too. Okay, so number 2. So filling in the blank, you saw an example of this in some of the videos before, but practice singing songs and allowing your loved one to fill in the blanks to songs. So my example that I put here is happy birthday to, don't you just want to sing it, you? Right? So that is a perfect example of how you can get someone to fill in the blank of a song. And that's really going to help someone that's had traumatic brain injury, stroke, if they have any kind of special needs like autism or Down syndrome, that'll help all those type of people. Number 3, use rhythms and music. So use rhythms to help structure sentences or songs to remember important academics. So I'm sure that all of you learned your ABCs. Probably you learned a song about the states. You might have learned a song about the times tables or something like that. I'm sure you can think of a song that you learned in school that you can never forget. And remember, that's because music's stored in all parts of your brain, which is so, so awesome. I remember when I was a kid, because you remember my mom's a music therapist too. When I was a kid, my mom would have me have a rhythm for every spelling word. So I could always remember what letter came next because I had a little rhythm for each one. And so you see that in music therapy too, that when it has more structure, when it follows that rhythm, sometimes that's all kids need to hear to help them structure that sentence easier and better. And that then we fade the music and keep the speech there, you know? So number 4 is to fade the music, which is what I was just talking about. So after your loved one has mastered a skill, we begin to fade the music with the goals of retaining the information without the use of music, right? So you learn to sing your ABCs, but then you need to be able to say A, B, C, D, right? You need to be able to fade the music and have the skill still be there, or that speech or academics or anything really. So I wanted to just share a couple of awesome reviews from some of our parents here at Beachside Music Lessons and Therapy. So down on the left, our son has been attending Beachside Music for music therapy for 1.5 years, and we have seen tremendous growth in his vocabulary, communication, and as a bonus have gotten to watch his love of music grow. With his therapist patience and his perseverance, we're starting to watch his little fingers strengthen and his skills grow. Looking forward to seeing where music continues to take us. Would definitely recommend for music lessons or therapy, right? Because our kids can learn how to play an instrument too. In fact, all of our kiddos, even if they're nonverbal, play instruments with us. And we have recitals and, you know, all these fun opportunities. And I'm telling you, our kids are totally capable. Okay, next. So we love Beachside Music, and Miss Ashley, my daughter's voice lesson, is the highlight of her week. Miss Ashley Hughes is caring, patient, and a great teacher. Our daughter's confidence level and conversation skills have improved greatly since starting music therapy. We love it. And so the reason I shared that one is that, you know, we see a lot of people's confidence go up. We see their conversational skills improve because they're able to practice that in a really safe environment with a therapist who knows how to lead them in a successful way. The third one, my son loves music therapy and learning music with Beachside Music. In 6 months, it has raised his confidence and helped motivate his academics. Now he's verbalizing all the songs and rhymes he memorized, as well as desiring to learn new ones. These therapists take the time to learn your child's needs and preferences, implementing those into an exciting experience. Highly recommend if you are serious about helping your child learn and grow. So we are so thankful for all these wonderful reviews. We are absolutely blessed to be able to work with so many amazing kids and watch them grow each day. So I promised you that I would give you some ideas for some music therapy funding available. Of course, we do take private pay, but here are some other options in addition to that. So the first one is insurance. We are so happy to announce that music therapy is now covered by Stay Well and also Children's Medical Services. They cover music therapy services at 100% with a doctor's referral. So this is fantastic news for your kiddo. If you think that they would benefit from music therapy and have this insurance, it's very easy to get. The second one is the Gardner Scholarship. So the Gardner Scholarship covers music therapy and adapted music lessons that is conducted by a board certified music therapist. So that is the important part. They have to have that MTBC to work with kiddos on that scholarship. And so we also take that as well. So some other funding and scholarship ideas. So we serve several students who receive funding, scholarships, and grants from CDC Plus, which is a sector of the MedWaiver. We've had scholarships from Autism Speaks, Down Syndrome Society, Children's Home Society, the Community Action Team, and some other more places too. So here is our awesome team of music therapists. In addition to our music therapists, we also have 3 music educators as well that teach music lessons to mainly neurotypical people and kids or high functioning, kiddos. But usually our music therapists, we are the ones that do all the specialized work and all the music therapy at Beachside Music. So first one is me. That's Ashley Hughes. I cover Volusia and Flagler County area. We have in the middle Haley Spriggs. She covers our Volusia County area, especially heavy in the West Volusia area. And then Kristen, she sees some kiddos in Volusia County. All of us see people telehealth. And Kristen also sees our Orange County clients as well. And telehealth is available. So if you do not have a music therapist in your area, or if you are just interested in trying music therapy online, we do have a HIPAA compliant Zoom medical platform that we use. So everything's encrypted and safe. So you're welcome to contact us if that's you. If you need help finding a music therapist in your area, please let us know. We'll be happy to recommend someone to you or offer you telehealth, whichever. So here are some of our community partners. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. So I love that quote, and it's so, so true. All of us working together, we really do make a difference. So we're proud to work with these and many other local organizations and nonprofits. And you can see there's Children's Medical Service, Stay Well, Step Up, Children's Home Society. We work with Halifax Behavioral Health, and one of our most favorites, which is Welcoming Hearts. We love this nonprofit. If you haven't heard of it, look them up. They are fantastic. So finally, if you would like to get in touch with us, here's our website. It's beachsidemusiclessons.com. My email address is ashley@beachsidemusiclessons.com, or you can call us directly at our office, and that number is 386-320-7762. If you like, find us on Facebook. We have so many awesome pictures, videos, a lot of fun stuff, educational stuff. And if you want to learn ukulele, we actually teach a super fun ukulele class for adults called the Sip and Strum Ukulele, as well as teach kids. So if you have any questions or any feedback, or you are looking for a music therapist, please let me know, and I will be so happy to assist you. So I want to take a moment to say thank you so much for attending our presentation. I hope you learned a lot about music therapy, and I hope it inspired you to use music at your home.